Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations told us that the military men who brought his car to the command headquarters said they killed him for violating their checkpoint rule. All right, so soldiers kill businessman in car at Owerri checkpoint and lie against victim. Okay, so 5 days after allegedly killing a 100-level student of the Imo State University, Divine Nwaneri, in front of the state governor's house, soldiers have allegedly shot and killed a businessman, Noel Ķ²Łł. The victim's elder brother and spokesman for the family, Tobechi Ķ²Łł, told Punch Metro on Monday that the military men at the Amakohia flyover in Owerri killed Noel around 10 p.m. on Friday. He said Noel was shot dead on the day he took delivery of his own Camry car and was driving home at the close of work. The distraught Tobechi said Noel was killed after dropping off his friend and was driving home. He told our correspondent that the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations in the state was the one who told the family that the soldiers said that they shot him because he violated the checkpoint rule. Tobechi said, Noel was one of my young brothers who would have been 39 on the 18th of May, but unfortunately he was shot dead on the day he took delivery of his new vehicle. His corpse was dumped at the Federal Medical Center in Owerri by the soldiers who killed him. The Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations told us that the military men who brought his car to the command headquarters said they killed him for violating the checkpoint rule. He said the family would ensure that the soldiers who killed their brother were identified and prosecuted. Well, Tobechi said the Noel was the owner of Shawarma Zone in front of the Home Away Palace by Ķ²Łł Hospital, Owerri. He just dropped off his friend who also does the same business with him in front of Amakohia Market. It was around 10 p.m. on Friday, the 30th of April. His friend, whom he dropped off, he said it was not up to 3 minutes after he alighted from the vehicle when he heard gunshots in the destination Noel drove to. He didn't know that was his friend who was shot by the soldiers. Well, Noel's whereabouts became unknown as he didn't return home that night. His wife became worried and started calling us. The number was ringing and nobody was picking until about 5:30 in the evening of the following day. One person picked and said he was a policeman at the control room at the state police command headquarters in Owerri and asked us to come. All right. So of course it basically goes on and on and on. This is absolutely sad. Again, the narration just goes into how corrupt the soldiers actually are, because again, you're not specific. What kind of checkpoint rule is there? Are checkpoints even legal? Like, because again, in Nigeria, checkpoints are like so unnecessary. Like, checkpoints should literally only be at, let's say, at most at every state border. Because at the end of the day, it's like you're doing checkpoints in the country, but then you're not doing checkpoints at the country's borders to actually make sure, to ensure who is actually going in and out the country. You're not doing that. You don't have checkpoints there. People can just come into Nigeria when they want. I mean, obviously, allegedly, that's how, a lot of non-Nigerian Fulanis enter the country. So it's now, again, it's like, what kind of checkpoint rule do you flout? Like, is there any, what kind of rule is there? Because normally it's probably illegal. I mean, the checkpoint rule, even if you look at a checkpoint, it'll probably have some old tires, one log of wood, some inadequate, basic sort of gateway, and if you pay it just doesn't make sense. And again, it's like they're not specific. The military men are not specific on what the checkpoint rule was that was flouted, but then you kill him and then you go dump him off at a hospital. Does this make sense? Someone says, a godforsaken country called Nigeria. For there to be sanity in Nigeria, the nation has to divide so that each part comes up with their own institution that will instill discipline in the security agencies and the society at large. Well, that could be it. Someone says, what do you expect from these soldiers that are out to do the bidding of their dictators? Exactly. I think in some ways, the way the military acts is like as if they don't understand that we're not in a military regime. Like, I don't understand. Like, yes, Nigeria was, but then was there never a transition in the way that they coached military men? Because again, you don't have the power. You are literally a servant. You are a public servant. So it's like the absolute audacity for you to feel like you can kill anybody and just get away with it. I mean, what is going on? So it's like, I think in so many ways, the way the police and the way the military act is as if they still think we're in that military era, which it's not applicable, because it's just like, what do you mean by that? Somebody says, what are these checkpoint rules? Exactly. I keep saying that the most difficult thing on earth is to be a law-abiding citizen in a lawless society. Now I appreciate better why the pledge ends with "so help me God." Yeah, someone says, so if you violate the checkpoint, then the only thing is to kill him. Later, I'll begin to blame unknown gunmen for attacking these wicked soldiers. Exactly. So it's like, again, you don't want to generalize and be like, okay, fine, because of one experience, all soldiers are like this. But then again, it's like, the way they act consistently, especially in the South, is like, you really think you are above the people, you think you're above them, and it's just so yeah, it's dictatorship like you just get orders and you do what you want. Like, I don't think in some ways I just think that, what this democracy thing is just for fashion, like just to make it seem like as if like they're literally deceiving us, making us think we're not in a democracy, we're not even in a system of government. I don't even know what we're doing in Nigeria. Somebody says, I hope people can see why UGM attacks others as well. How many UGMs will be created by this reckless murder? This is disheartening, and I kept asking myself, how has violating checkpoint rules warrant a death penalty? But it's just the I don't understand. Like, it's just the hypocrisy of it all. Why would you have a checkpoint? Like, this whole checkpoint system, we need to abolish it. I mean, at this point, the whole country just needs to start again. If I don't even know, but it's like, you're gonna have checkpoints for what? For what? Like, why is it necessary? Imagine you go to a first world country, like imagine the UK, you're driving and there's a checkpoint, and then you can't pass, and they tell you to park your car and be like, oh, bring out your particulars. They don't need to do that. The technology in the UK will literally look at a car, get your plate number, your information is there. Before you know, you'd probably just get a letter and a fine for you flouting your rule, and they will check up on you, and if you haven't paid that fine, you are in trouble. So technology has made it that you can't escape, because you'll be identified, because everything is recorded. So again, I don't understand what. Please. Someone says, you just wasted someone's life and rendered people widows and fatherless because of useless checkpoint rules. God have mercy. Put what you think about us in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.